Sometimes we wake up feeling like the weight of the world is squarely on our shoulders. It's that heavy, dragging sensation of being pulled into tasks and responsibilities that, deep down, mean very little to us personally. It's not just fatigue, whines, it's a profound disconnection between what we do and what we wish we could do. This, my friends, is where stress breeds and flourishes. But what if I told you there's another way, a way that aligns more with the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, teaching us not just to endure, but to thrive by connecting our daily grind to our true passions? Today we dive deep into transforming our everyday stress into genuine passion. It's not just about scraping by, it's about reshaping our lives to find fulfillment in every task, every challenge, and every seemingly mundane moment. I'm here to share how we can leverage Stoic principles to not only cope with life's pressures, but to radically redefine them. We'll explore how changing our perspective can turn an ordinary day into an extraordinary one. And if you appreciate what we're doing here, showing you a path less traveled by stress and more walked by philosophers, consider this simple, free favor: hit the subscribe button. Don't skip any part of this video, because each piece builds on the last, crafting a mindset that's not just about surviving, but thriving. Let's get right into it. In this crazy world, we often find ourselves trapped between two powerful forces, stress and passion. Now, you might be wondering how something as heavy as stress could even exist in the same sentence as something as lively as passion. But here's the thing: both are driven by hard work, yet they lead us down vastly different paths. Stress, in the traditional sense, comes from grinding away at something that doesn't resonate with our core values or desires. It's like being stuck in traffic while you're already late. It builds anxiety, frustration, and even resentment. It's working late nights on a project that doesn't excite you, attending meetings that drain you, and pushing through a career that feels more like a chore than a choice. This kind of lifestyle can eat away at our well-being, making every day a battle just to keep up. On the flip side, there's passion. When we work with passion, we're fueling our efforts with something that ignites our spirit and aligns with our deeper interests. It could be as simple as coding a new software program, designing a garden, or crafting content for a YouTube channel about Stoicism. Here, even the longest hours seem short, and the hardest work can feel like play. Why? Because it's driven by love, by a genuine interest that ties directly to what makes us tick. But how do you pivot from stress to passion? First, it's about reflection and understanding what truly matters to you. What brings you joy? What are you curious about? What would you do even if you weren't getting paid for it? Start small. You don't need a massive life overhaul overnight. Instead, integrate activities that align with your interests and passions into your daily routine. Let each day be a step towards a life that feels more rewarding and less taxing. Remember, it's not merely about avoiding stress, but transforming it. See each stressful situation as a Stoic would, an opportunity to apply virtue, to practice patience, wisdom, and resilience. Every challenge is a chance to test your passion and commitment to your chosen path. We often hear about finding our why, that deep-rooted purpose that supposedly fuels our every action. But let's take a moment to truly unpack what that means and why it really matters. Having a purpose is not just a lofty ideal reserved for those with visionary ideas. It's a practical tool that each of us can harness to dramatically transform our daily experiences from mundane to meaningful. Think about the last time you felt genuinely excited about getting up in the morning. What was it that stirred that enthusiasm? Was it the promise of working on a project you care deeply about? Or perhaps the opportunity to solve a problem you're passionate about? That's purpose in action. It's powerful because it aligns your daily activities with your larger life goals, making even the smallest tasks feel significant. In Stoicism, there's a strong emphasis on living according to nature, which means recognizing and embracing your role in the bigger picture of life. For Stoics, the purpose is about more than just personal fulfillment. It's about contributing to society and improving the lives of others. It's about asking yourself how you can serve, how you can contribute to the greater good, and how each action you take can be a reflection of your deepest values. Now let's break down how you can start to live more purposefully. First, think about what you value most. Is it creativity, helping others, innovation, leadership, family? Identifying your values is the first step towards understanding your purpose. Once you have a grasp on your values, you can start to see how they translate into everyday actions. If you value creativity, your purpose might be to bring innovation into your work. If helping others is your call, maybe your purpose is found in mentoring or volunteering. The trick is not just to stop at knowing your purpose, but to actively integrate it into your life, which isn't always easy. It requires consistency, effort, and sometimes making tough choices. For instance, you might need to turn down a lucrative job offer if it means straying from your purpose. Or you might need to invest time and money into learning a new skill that aligns more closely with your values. Living with purpose also means being prepared to meet obstacles head-on. Here is where Stoic resilience comes in handy. Stoics expect challenges and embrace them as opportunities to test their resolve and commitment to their values. When you're grounded in your purpose, obstacles become less about stress and more about learning and growth. Don't forget to reflect regularly on your journey. Are your actions still aligned with your purpose? What can you do better? Reflection is crucial because it helps you stay on track and reminds you why you started in the first place. Let's shift our focus a bit and talk about something that's really at the heart of any successful team or relationship: trust. We often get caught up in measuring success through performance metrics. How much was sold? How many goals were achieved? How scores were improved? While performance is important, it's trust that truly holds a team together and pushes everyone toward greatness. Now consider this. You're part of a team where everyone is a top performer, but you wouldn't trust half of them to watch your back in a crunch situation. It doesn't sound like a winning team, does it? That's because high performance, while valuable, can't make up for low trust. High trust creates an environment where mistakes are admitted and learned from, where vulnerabilities can be shared without fear of repercussion, and where people genuinely look out for each other. Stoicism teaches us about the importance of virtue and character. It tells us that who we are and how we treat others are the cornerstones of a meaningful life. This philosophy aligns perfectly with the idea of prioritizing trust over sheer performance. Stoics would argue that a truly effective member of society, or any team, is not just someone who does their job well, but someone who does their job well and can be relied upon to act with integrity and consider the common good. To build a culture of trust, start by being trustworthy yourself. It means doing the right thing even when no one is watching, keeping your word, and always considering how your actions affect others. It's about consistency in your actions and honesty in your feedback. When leaders and team members embody these traits, they set a standard and create a safe space for others to do the same. But how do you measure trust? Unlike performance, which can be quantified through numbers and outcomes, trust is felt and observed. It's in the way team members talk to each other, how conflicts are resolved, and how information is shared. It's about feeling confident that your colleagues will support you, not just when things are going well, but especially when they're not. This doesn't mean that performance should be ignored. Rather, it's about finding a balance where performance is driven by a strong foundation of trust. Think of it as building a house. Performance is like the windows, doors, and roof, necessary and visible. But trust, it's the foundation that keeps the house standing. Without a strong foundation, it doesn't matter how beautiful the house is. It's vulnerable to collapse at any moment. Have you ever been part of a group or community where everyone genuinely supports each other? It's kind of magical, isn't it? There's a sense of security that comes from knowing your peers not only have your back, but also genuinely want to see you succeed. This is the essence of a supportive environment, and it's something that can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary, both in the workplace and in our personal lives. Creating this type of environment doesn't happen by accident. It requires intention and effort. It's about more than just being friendly. It's about fostering a space where everyone feels they can share their thoughts and ideas without fear of ridicule or rejection, where mistakes are not signs of failure, but opportunities for learning and growth. This kind of atmosphere encourages everyone to take risks and innovate because they know the team is there to support them, not judge them. From a Stoic perspective, support isn't just about helping others when they're down. It's about constantly looking for ways to lift others up, making it easier for them to do their best work and become their best selves. Stoicism teaches us the value of community and the importance of acting as a contributing member of that community. Marcus Aurelius often spoke about the interconnectedness of all people and the idea that what is good for the community is good for the individual. In practical terms, creating a supportive environment can start with something as simple as how we communicate. It's choosing to listen first rather than respond, to ask questions when we don't understand, and to offer help without being asked. It's about recognizing the strengths and weaknesses of others and looking for ways to enable those around you to shine in their roles. Moreover, in such an environment, feedback is given constructively, with the aim of guiding and improving rather than criticizing. Celebrating each other's successes becomes a regular practice, and every milestone is acknowledged, making everyone feel valued and important. This kind of positive reinforcement not only boosts morale, but also motivates everyone to keep pushing forward, secure in the knowledge that their contributions are appreciated. But it's not just about the big moments. It's also about the day-to-day interactions. A supportive environment is one where there's a shared understanding that we're all human, all trying to do our best. It's a place where you can be honest about having a bad day and know that you won't be seen as less competent, but rather as a person who might need a little extra support. There's something incredibly powerful about admitting, I don't know. It opens doors to new knowledge and connections that having all the answers simply can't. This humility to acknowledge our gaps in understanding is not a weakness. Rather, it's a strength that fosters learning and growth. Asking questions, especially those simple ones that often get overlooked, can sometimes change the entire direction of a conversation, a project, or even a company strategy. In the world of Stoicism, the practice of questioning is deeply valued, not just questioning others, but also ourselves. Stoics believe in the pursuit of wisdom as a fundamental part of life, and what better way to gain wisdom than by asking questions? This isn't about questioning for the sake of argument, but about genuinely seeking to understand the world better. By embracing our curiosity and admitting our ignorance, we invite others to share their knowledge and experiences with us, enriching our understanding and perspectives. Consider how many times you've sat in a meeting, nodding along, not fully grasping the topic. Everyone else seems to get it, so you don't dare speak up for fear of looking foolish. But what if nobody truly understands? What if your courage to ask a clarifying question could provide everyone with a valuable pause, a moment to step back and ensure everyone is on the same page? This is not just about gaining clarity for oneself, but about enhancing collective understanding, a principle deeply aligned with Stoic values of community and mutual support. Asking the right questions can also lead to innovation and problem solving. It encourages a deeper dive into issues rather than accepting things at face value. In many ways, this questioning can be seen as a form of mental training. It keeps our minds active and engaged, always testing the waters of what we know against what we assume. This aligns with the Stoic practice of continual self-improvement and striving for personal excellence. But let's not forget, the way we ask questions matters too. It's about fostering an environment where others feel comfortable and valued in sharing their thoughts. This approach not only helps build a culture of openness and trust, but also promotes a more collaborative and inclusive atmosphere. When people feel their input is genuinely desired, they're more likely to contribute meaningfully to discussions, leading to richer, more diverse ideas and solutions. This habit of questioning extends beyond professional scenarios. It plays a vital role in our personal relationships and self-reflections. By regularly questioning our own beliefs, decisions, and reactions, we cultivate a life of deeper understanding and fewer regrets. We learn not only about the world around us, but also about our place within it. How do our actions affect others? Are we living in alignment with our values? These are the types of questions that can lead to profound insights and transformative growth. It's so easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others, whether it's scrolling through social media feeds filled with picture-perfect lives or hearing about a friend's latest achievement. It's hard not to measure our own progress against that of those around us. Yet this habit of comparison is often a fast track to dissatisfaction and unhappiness. Why? Because there will always be someone who seems to be doing better, looking better, or living better, according to whatever standards we might be using. Stoicism offers a powerful antidote to this modern malaise. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus emphasized focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. When we compare ourselves to others, we focus on externals that are often outside our control, someone else's looks, job, or lifestyle. Instead, Stoicism teaches us to turn our gaze inward, to focus on improving our own actions, reactions, and moral well-being. The real challenge and opportunity lies in fostering contentment with our own journey. This doesn't mean settling for mediocrity or not striving to improve. It means grounding our aspirations in our own values and actions, not in a competition with someone else. It's about defining success on our own terms and recognizing the unique path each of us is on. There's incredible freedom in realizing that the only person we need to be better than is the person we were yesterday. Building contentment starts with gratitude. Instead of fixating on what we lack or what others have, Stoicism teaches us to appreciate what we already possess. This shift in focus can dramatically alter our state of mind and emotional well-being. By practicing gratitude regularly, perhaps through journaling or meditation, we reinforce the habit of seeing the abundance rather than the scarcity in our lives. Stoicism encourages us to engage in regular self-reflection. By examining our motives, actions, and feelings, we can start to identify when we're falling into the trap of envy or unhealthy comparison. This self-awareness allows us to realign our thoughts and actions with our Stoic values, such as wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. Each moment of awareness brings us back to a more contented state of mind. Life is often likened to a journey, and like any good adventure, it's not just the destination that counts, but also the path we take to get there. Embracing each step of the journey, with all its ups and downs, is crucial because it shapes who we are and who we become. Often we're so focused on the end goal, whether it's a job promotion, buying a house, or achieving some other marker of success, that we forget to appreciate the process itself. But it's in this process where the real growth happens, where lessons are learned, and where our character is tested and strengthened. Stoicism teaches us to focus on the present and make the most of our current circumstances. Stoic thinkers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius remind us that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. They advocate for living in accordance with nature, which includes accepting and embracing the natural flow of life's events, both the good and the bad. Take, for example, the concept of facing challenges. It's easy to see obstacles as hindrances, but from a Stoic perspective, each challenge presents an opportunity to practice virtues such as patience, perseverance, and courage. When we start to view our life's challenges through this lens, we no longer resent them, but instead welcome them as chances to become better, more capable individuals. This shift in perception not only helps us endure, but also helps us thrive, turning potential stumbling blocks into stepping stones. Moreover, embracing the journey means acknowledging that not all lessons are learned from success. Failure, too, has invaluable lessons to offer. The Stoics understood this well, emphasizing that failure is often a better teacher than success. Each setback teaches resilience and provides clarity about what really matters. By reframing our failures as essential parts of our journey, we can continue to move forward with a clearer vision and a strengthened spirit. Additionally, the journey is about the connections we make and the lives we touch along the way. Stoicism teaches the importance of community and the role we play within it. We're encouraged to be considerate and kind, to contribute positively to our communities, and to support others in their own journeys. This focus on mutual support not only enriches our own experiences, but also contributes to a larger tapestry of interconnected lives, all journeying together. Finally, embracing the journey requires us to live mindfully and gratefully. Mindfulness helps us savor each moment, recognizing the transient beauty of the present. Gratitude, on the other hand, allows us to be thankful for where we are and what we have at any given point, reducing our longing for more and helping us find contentment in the now. Thank you for taking this journey with us today at Stoic Journal. If you're keen to dive deeper, check out one of the suggested videos on your screen. We're here to explore together, learn together, and grow together. Keep living stoically, and until next time, take care.